question everything, for the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, I just want to double down on what my brother Earth Speak is actually speaking about, man, you know, because I talk about it as well. And that's the millions of dollars that our nation of people as wealthy and rich folks have. You know, and for us to idolize wealth and all this rich folks, and they don't do nothing for our communities in the form of bringing back stores to our community, is like mind-boggling. You know, for all the power that they have, with great power come great responsibility. With great resources come great responsibility to bring resources to those that have none. And for them to be able to sit up there and you to go to their basketball games, baseball games, football games, rap concerts, you name it, and idolize these people, almost in the form of worshiping these people, and they don't never come to the communities and open up grocery stores that we need to be able to feed our nation, knowing that they are the abundance of our nation based off of the wealth that they have in our nation, in the sense of being our people, and not coming back to bring any type of prosperity to their people. It's very devastating to our nation of people and communities as well. Because at the end of the day, what is the use to have wealthy and rich people in your nation if they're not willing to do nothing for their tribe, nothing for their nation? What kind of reality that is? And what kind of person is that? How do that work for our nation if all our people that become wealthy and rich go and be in other nations' communities and uplift other nations' community and not their own? What is going to happen to our nation of people if that keep happening? Where are we going to end up at if our wealthiest of our nation don't never ever help their own people? How do we ever get out of poverty? How do we ever get the Negro dollar to move amongst each other 100 times fold before we spend it with anybody else again, if our own nation of wealth don't even want to help their own people? How do that work? And how do we idolize people that flaunt their wealth and their riches in their own people's face, knowing they'll never ever help their own people? What that's about? What would that be called in other nations? What would y'all call that? Would it start with a T, as if somebody was traitors to their nation? What would that be in your nations, knowing that you produce wealthy individuals through talent to be wealthy, and when they become wealthy, they don't never ever uplift their own nation of people. They turn their backs on their own people. What's that about? And where do that leads us as a people if we ain't going to never ever be able to produce wealthy people that's going to actually help their tribe, help their nation? What is the use of producing wealthy people in your nation if they're not willing to help feed their own nation? What is that reality? Well, these are the circumstances that we under when we see all our celebrities and all our wealthy folks that's from our nation not opening up stores in our community, not bringing economic growth to our community, not bringing resources back to our community. This is the devastation that we have when we see and idolize wealthy people that are from our nation, but only flaunt their money in our faces and flaunt their way of life and their wealth in our faces, knowing that they'll never ever help their own people, knowing that they'll never ever come to the communities that they are from and open up stores and businesses to be able to start building economic growth for their people as well as themselves, because spend money, make money. In other words, sometimes you got to spend a little money to make some money. And at the same time, sometimes you got to give an opportunity in order to receive an opportunity. But if they're not willing to help their own, and we are the ones who's helping them by coming out in drones to be able to honor them, even take part in buying their products that they're selling, and they're not coming back to help us, then what's the use of having them? Why even honor them? Why even follow them? Why even revere them? Why even look up to them? Why even idolize them? For what? What's the use of being their fans if they don't even care about you being their nation? If they don't even care about you being a part of their nation, struggling, who need them to be as great as their resources say they can be, as great as their wealth says they can be, by allowing themselves to take part in helping our people grow economically by bringing businesses and stores back to our community. You got the Latinos. Yes, they might get funding from the state, the federal government, and the government. But at the end of the day, we got wealthy folks that run up and down a basketball court, baseball field, football field, acting, rapping, singing. We got wealthy folks that got money. Why they're not trying to help their own people? And don't give me the because of Pookie and Ray Ray down the street on the left, on the corner, because that's bullcrap. Because at the end of the day, the Arabs making plenty of money in our community. The Chinese making plenty of money in our community. Latinos is making a whole lifestyle and a living off our community, to where they can even piggyback off our community and just start establishing their own community. So it ain't that we don't got money in our community to be able to spend. We just got no businesses in our community to be able to spend with that are black owned or aboriginally owned. And that is the reality to it. But these people have the resources to be able to bring these businesses to our communities, all of them. And y'all know them celebrities. Y'all know the ones y'all idolize. Y'all know the ones that y'all consider yourselves to be fans to. Y'all know the teams. Y'all know the different actors. Y'all know them. Y'all see them on a regular basis. They're your favorite. But do they really care about you? Do they really think about your reality when it comes to being their nation of people, and they're the ones sitting with all the wealth, representing our nation as wealthy people, but ain't trying to break bread with you as a nation of people, even though they're your people? How does that make you feel? And what is that really about? For I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.